Welcome, my friends and family, to what is a sad but also exciting last week of bulking. This will be the last time that you see me adding weight at 217.8 pounds. Welcome to another episode of Awakening Hercules.
Like I've been saying, it is so good to be back in San Diego because now back in San Diego I have all the exercises, the machines, everything that I want to use, I need to use, that I'm used to using. So I've been doing pretty great leg days lately. I'm using this last bit of time to bulk as effectively as possible, getting a high rep workout in, a high volume workout in that I'm able to get in pretty easily right now. Of course, I mean, I'm dying, I'm sweating, you can see I'm dripping off my face. I'm just intensely fatigued after all this, but because I have all those carbs and stuff, it makes it a lot more possible. So I did leg press with 6 plates. I did a lot of different variations of this, but one of the first things I did was just high reps. So I went with, I think I got 14 reps on the first one, something like 12 reps on the second one, and 9 or 10 reps on the third one. Then I decided to do some pause reps. So same weight, 6 plates, and I tried to do like a 1-2 pause at the bottom and then go back up. I was able to get, I think I was doing sets of 6 or 8 with a pause, which was really good. I felt really strong connection in my glutes, my hamstrings, and especially my quads, of course. A tip when you're on leg press, this is something that I think is so useful for anything actually, for like barbell squats or deads, or really anything at all, even dumbbell chest press or anything. When you start to get into that point of the set where it's getting really hard to continue reps, squeeze as hard as you can with your hands against the handles, and it'll help you so much continue pushing throughout the exercise with a lot of intensity. It just kind of forces your body into correct form and forces you to squeeze your other muscles tighter just because you're squeezing your hands tighter.
Alright, my friends, here's the pre-workout that I've been taking. Issy Mifis by Isatori and CT Fletcher, a little bit of citrulline malate, and AAKG by My Protein. For the pump, my friends, you take this and your veins and muscles will gorge full of blood.
So I just did chest and triceps with Brian. I started off with just barbell bench. I worked up, I wanted to do three heavy sets of triples, so I ended up doing 205. Did 2 sets of that, they felt really easy, so I decided to do just an AMRAP set, so basically as many reps as I could with 205 pounds. I was only able to get 5 reps. I was hoping I was gonna be able to get more, but it is what it is. And then I moved on to incline dumbbell press. Just did sets of like 10 to 12 with 60 pounds, and then after that I moved over to like the hammer strength. It's like an incline press. Brian did his workout too. Did that for just normal 4 sets of like 10 to 12 reps. And then after that, Brian was done with his chest workout, so we just did triceps together, and we did like a billion different tricep push downs with like a bunch of different cables, cable accessories and stuff. It was a really solid workout. I had a great time.
So generally the same workout that John got in, minus the things that I couldn't do. So instead of barbell, I started with flies. I did a lot of those. I tend to do like 9, 10, 11 sets of those to get a really good pump and just to feel like I'm actually hitting the muscles the same way, at least the best that I can. So I did flies. After that, I went to the incline isolateral bench press. Had to make sure I was using lighter weights so I wasn't making my shoulder hurt at all, so I was doing higher reps, really concentrating on squeezing my chest every time. That's really something that I'm focusing on, is squeezing my chest instead of using higher weights, since I technically can't really push too hard on that. Then I did my kind of weird lean over plate fly. It's a very weird variation, but man, I freaking love it. It's such a good pump in the chest, and once you find that positioning for your body and bring the plate across your body, you really get a good contraction in your whole chest, especially the upper chest. Then after that, me and John were done at the same time, like you just said, so we went for a high volume workout. We went like 20 reps for I think 4 or 5 sets on triceps. Then after that, we just banged out like 12 to 16 rep traditional sets using many different grips just to hammer out the triceps. And now we're off to go eat some food, baby.
Right, my friends, we are here getting food in. And I've got my double noodle pho here, looking quite delicious. What we have is rice noodles, a bunch of vegetables, tofu, bok choy, all sorts of good stuff, bean sprouts over here. And yes, I've been eating very salty foods lately. Flashback to the plate of fries I had with guacamole and beans. I just really have not been worrying about my sodium intake because I'm coming to the end of this bulk. Like seriously, we're really getting close to the end of it, so I'm just enjoying myself and not really worrying about like if we're holding water because we have sodium in us or something like that. Like just kind of eating the stuff that I'm gonna not be eating so much when I'm cutting, to just enjoy it a little bit more. So I'm taking full advantage of this last full week of bulking and looking like a freaking water buffalo throughout my workouts.
So this week has been super awesome. I've been able to get my really good workouts in. Being back in San Diego, again, I've said it so many times, but it's just so nice to hit those same machines, those same exercises, the same workouts that I know work so well for me. So it's been good to get a good pump, good connection in the muscles. I'm feeling strong, I'm feeling good. Like I've been saying, I have been letting myself eat all the stuff that I want to eat on the last couple bits before we go to the competition prep. So I am holding lots of water. I'm having so much salt. I'm even having some things that, you know, necessarily aren't like the healthiest, cleanest foods or whatever, like French fries and stuff like that. But I've been enjoying myself because I know pretty soon we're about to switch gears and go into contest prep, and that the way you approach that is so much different than bulking. So I want to enjoy myself as much as possible while I still can before we switch over to cutting. I will still, of course, be eating some foods that you have been seeing me eat before, you know, Chipotle, Waba, all those type of things while I'm cutting, but I tend to back off on the eating out so much thing when I'm cutting because it's a little bit harder to track macros and calories and things like that. Something that I want to address with you guys is setting up the cut that I'm about to start for this competition prep. I just want to talk to you about how I'm setting up, how I'm going about it, and I'm sure I'll put another video out with a little bit more detail. But basically, it starts technically this Sunday. So this is the last week. I'm really getting myself like finished in terms of like eating the foods that I want to eat and doing the things I want to do because we're about to start. So this Sunday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for the next week, eat at maintenance, which is very simple. It's for me, it's somewhere around 31, 32, 3,300 calories. So I'm just gonna roughly eat maintenance. I'm gonna track my calories, not yet counting my macros, but this is essentially just to go from bulking to normal levels, and then we're gonna start dipping down into the deficit. So up until 1 week after this Sunday, it's gonna go maintenance, and then the following week we'll drop probably about 100 to 200 calories, and that'll be the first week we're actually in a deficit, starting to lose body fat, things like that. And that week I will be tracking my macros. I'll have my fitness pal out all the time, scanning barcodes, keeping track of everything. That'll be really helpful for anybody who's like trying to figure out how to set up their cut. I'm gonna really try to put my details into the whole entire thing this time to give you guys my thoughts, my ideas, my structure, how I stick to it, how I set it up, everything like that. So there you have it, guys. This is technically the last week of bulking. Next week I will have a very interesting episode involving my maintenance eating, things that I'm doing in terms of how I'm switching over and getting ready for the cut, and then the following week we'll be full on into it. Then we'll be starting the series to the competition. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope I got something interesting to show you guys next week. Thank you for joining again on another episode of Awakening Hercules.